share ne betima abomu enti wo bibia entimi ensei o my God na sumdwa yenya
smile nkwade yemfani simpo ambaka nchire Ghana man na dwumpo magana man sisi akor de wo onyimde nya ngobina no obiaso bi Ghana ibin awon Asia yo wadwinde obere basa Ghana but the body catch and the young catch Ghana mende omani yeniti no gas no gas no de share no oma yimu de oma de obiara huhumo enyimpo asoro okosoro etia nasumdwe wo Ghana oyini bedi oma engina nti oma yen awishim and David most were Ghana or Winsin. Now, more open was the Basana, Ghana, or ye, so all say your body, yes, young friend, or bedding you. Now, Bassa easy. Abra you, nation, nation, for your one day or Sunday. What's the him or Ghana, Ghana, or your number. No, what's the him of Ghana? Na easy to so Ghana. It's Bassa on 3 young people. It's all more on that. It's here for Damas and Pepe or ye, Umbra, Bachichi one up. Zamosis were Ghana, Amo, when you so won't you in your she, even pedo, whom on your woman. All or share there. One guy there or hope.
Reverend F.B. Datson, Wano, and Amote said, what in some to John Wayne Penny Cassia, or Maguso, and which an Apostle Isaac A. Asante A. Elder, our house of worship, G.S. Ragisu, and also say, a woman passing a car, say, as of for a new price woman, who German, same one Casancasa, and a moon, or my teacher, dear, woman bit my boy, at church or my natural choir. Addition ya faso betima boy ye pen into wom do manu tuma ene ense hwe wasan shega na addition ya ase yenhwe na asumdwen komo no obi a emfa ne honyimu bi.
The pastors are Ghanaians to begin with, and they are members of the country. And then secondly, politics is about building a nation, and building a nation requires everyone's contribution, the governors, and then the governed, together, and of which pastors are members. So pastors are expected to play a role. So they are utterances, what they hear from God, what they tell the congregants, even the prophetic roles they have to play, to direct the nation. They all form part of building the country, and that is politics. Politics is from a word which means building up, And so we shouldn't exclude pastors when it comes to politics. What is not good is when, pastors go an extra mile to be actively partisan. Then that's where, the confusion begins. Otherwise, pastors should also be political because they are part of the society and they have to build society. They are the voice of God. In early times, you would hear about prophetic, to the nation. If the nation is veering, as watchmen, the pastors are to tell the voice of God concerning issues that happen in the land.
Yet answer no so dia na meka say home based television no meka say about HB News na moniguso amohwe no ya beto ansem no so dia 40 to 40 initiative wo mo yankwankwa adwumekuo bi a wo makom ho abomu de amanfo ye die esi omeni so se wo behwe aboa na domedi mo ye no pa ne se wo mo create autism awareness afi wo mo boaboa enkofo a wɔn hwɛ onibiefoɔ nso ɛho nsɛm wɔ ne nti no afei wɔn ne Arizona Missions na akɔm ntoma bɔ ano a wɔn ɛyɛ workshop kakraka paa ɛde ma nkɔfoɔ ahodoɔ a wɔn boa ɛma nkɔfoɔ adedie ɛde omunya no yɛtumi so ɔmaseɛ ne nti afei deɛ no wɔn atu ne din anaasɛ ti a wɔn gyina so no ɛyɛ train the trainer on special needs na te sɛ yɛtete wɔn a wɔn tete nkɔfoɔ a wɔn boa nkɔfoɔ adedie ɛde omunya ɛno nti na afei deɛ no sɛ ne medi kankan no asɔre mpanimfoɔ afei awofoɔ a wɔn wɔ mmɔfra sɛbe wɔn ɛho atɔkyema kakra ɛne wɔn ɛhwɛ wɔn nia yɛde wɔn bɔ wɔn akyerɛkyerɛ wɔn adeɛ sɛ na ɛbɛyɛ a mputu obetumi akɔ saa nkɔfoɔ yi wɔn daadaa brabɔ mu kɔfa bae ɛde ma 40 to 40 initiative Angelina Araba Asante ɛde nsɛm to dwa sɛ yɛka persons with disability deɛ a akɔakɔyɛ sɛ nkɔfoɔ a daa brabo a yɛbɔ no yeyi omu pɛhwi yeyi omu efiri mu kra nipa dodo a ɛhwɛ saa nkrofo yi ɛdɔ omu ɛkyerɛkyerɛ omu bo omu nia no omu numbers no ɛwɔ fam yie pɛ ne nti omu bɔ ho de ro sɛ nipa dodo na betimi de omu ho aba beji mu afei nso sɛ wo ba na demde bi edi nya a wo so nya abotre na akorɔkorɔ no na wo ma oni kɔ no ho fi sɛ saa nkrofo ni nia no ɔbɔ ade ɛde nipa bebree ɛna edua mu mu enso da ne da nia no yɛma yɛ ni nkɔ mu ho nti no na wɔn akwakoɛ dadwene ɛde ama yɛn maame Angelina Araba Asante nkɔmɔ ni bini
identify what their unique ability is, and that is a challenge, and that is why the parents and the caregivers, teachers, pastors, we all need to work together because they spend time in all these environments, and mostly in the schools and at home. So more like mostly between the parents and the caregivers or the teachers, we can observe their child. You see that there are certain things that they are really involved in, that they're really passionate about. So once you engage them for a long period of time, you tend to notice a trend. You tend to see what they are really interested in. Then you can build on that. And what tends to happen is with these children, whatever their ability is, once you are able to identify it and nurture it, they're extraordinary in everything that they do compared to regular people like us. If it's singing, once you discover it and you train them and you polish it, they do it so well. If it's beading, hairdressing, whatever it is that they find to do or they're interested in, they give it all their attention and they're extremely good at it. The difficulty is finding out what that ability is. That is the difficulty, yes. But it's doable if we work together and if we give them the time and the attention and allow them to open up and show us what they have. Mainly funding, because all these things take money to organize and to put together. And also, I think just getting people to sort of understand that this is an area that needs to be invested into, like even with the government policies, even in churches where we are supposed to be accepting of everybody. You go to churches and there's no provision for these people.
After board member at the 40 to 40 initiative, we're at Tobias Ayi, and so at the same kakra eka.
When it comes to special needs, we don't pay too much attention to it. And the focus of this workshop is to create the awareness and also see how the church can embrace special needs into their day-to-day operations. Over the years, we've been trying to support institutions or agencies that deal with special needs. So we are set up to look for funding, come up with educational programs and other programs to help with the work that they do. Yeah, so we are looking at continuing this journey and providing the support. But yes, we'll need a lot of funding from a lot of organizations so that we'll be able to continue the project, because it's an area where still we haven't really utilized it in this country, and the way the society frown against it, we want to change all those mindsets. It's very sad because usually it's an impression is created that one is spiritual. Secondly, another impression that is also created is that it's coming from the parents. But you realize that, I mean, when you go into study, you realize that it has nothing to do with the parents or the spiritual angle of it. So we need to have a whole different mindset about it. And then we need to understand that all this special need children have something special in them that they can offer to the society. So when we begin to see them in that light, we can see the good in them and they'll be able to contribute to the society. It's not only on only church, but you see, by and large, the church has a lot to do. They need to embrace people with special needs. They need to have the facility to be able to accommodate them. So we are using that angle, and then other programs will treat.
I know you know addition ni bia wo mo ekwaji adesua no so ye no mo twetwe nkomo nsem we ana mbetu ye ni
ankwalai na beginning na me ni sa we no na madwen me hu wo ma me say me pese me ben wo but me start say me ye adwuma wo ho no na me hu say ankwalai o mo hia ye do o mo hia moa nti enso moa kakra ye wo ye de beboa wo and society and say ye neglect wo because o mo ye part of society nti say ye nhwe potential say wo na ye building on that potentials yeah and working with sa nkwala no so motivate nipa motivate omo we motivate uma onye more nti training ya by very important pa na say nkwala na ya we no mayen jawo mayen ye say ebi abone bi a o maame no mu anam papa bi aye na edi sa we na eba de bi na mo awo mu nsusanso anyway nyina ba nti sa nkwala mo hia moa na enye nkwala no so but parents na o mo ka ho no so sa parents no so yen ka o mo mboye wo na ye educate wo ye church wo se na obesi e handle sa nkwala no
me na jin ken klan bi ni ba program ne nka se ni bi baba o akashi o nyemi make o bi ye ni amafe to pa ya me he ahia me se na ke o he ame hia wo nkebu saka wo ko na me holo no wa gia me wa Kristo no choke o ya jile mfe no wa hie sane papa no wa hia me mene mbakasi ake ame hia wa arenje o kwa ke shi mi o mene nyonu ma tue ye nkro wa na nje
yanko eni mu nsen ni mu dia na yekopie mu epo ye mantemu eho na owura ene owura yire enim wo mo de o mu nsem aba beto home based television ni mu kire mu se wo menya asem pa na wo ma asem no efa asase ho be mfisha edu mienu nie na wo mo to masase wo teacher mante empotemu ho bebi na mfisha edu mienu a asase na wo mo no wo ma bomodin atuetu ahu akania na nso wo menya ne ntie se teacher mante hene waton asase ne fa bi de ama obi foforo na samiri ya meno ka se de wo mu kire mu se sa nipa nkwankwe na wo no esi dapade wo so no wo mo de nsam no kwa kopie mu wo nsam wo mu kra nsam high court at the injunction kra to so senka eni kwan so obi a cause asase ne so na so samiri de wo ma hwe hu se nipa kro no wo da so ye n'edwuma wo ye wa asase ne so pa ne nti wo mo de wo metiti fom na enkrofo a kire mo no na edi adanse ese teacher mante hene wo no na aton asase ne nti wo mo sire pa se samri samane boyi edu n'anim a wo nhwe na wanya bibi mfa ho firi se emfisha edu mienu na asase wo owura ne owura yire enim edimu yankwa na yenti wo mama ne bona nkasa enchire mu
me pacho mabato asase ewo teacher mante Abua Kota, almost 12 years in I was so or how be actually the assassin we have been really abused. I was assassin ya was no so ya to assassin ya kwakutua ochi es ochi man sika ya kwakutua bi at the same time ya tu asasika ya re yesu assassin so adwuma ochi man task force for ba won be bro me basa bubu minsem wo se obi buy so about or so be masa sene so say what to assassin so na miss assassin to be in talk because my to aka already started down to me nko enti papa no so be fast assassin bi a we see filling station na me say there be because me so me what tank was assassin ase enti on to be near filling station was so enti but obisu ye enti me coach memu me ko ka kire won was wo be hwa ma me won ka ho hwe papa ni sia na si na mo achim task force eguso awo kura tio awo guide papa no ya na me dey no court mo ama na injunction we mu court no na me sande no court pictures ko bi nko ka kire court say we mu na court ama no o contempt and kura na we increasing the force of it and oye eduma no
assemble betrol stop work on my land but me be say assemble no say nipa no si ne dan wo mema sase no so no has he got permit to do it? And if you have permit, what is the process? You did my permit. Ghana. I said no president. Uncle land register Kofodia. No more check it. I've done a search on my land. Uncle no search it. Say hina din was asanoso. Hina din in a was asanoso. And then in a Ghana yetiti yamusa. Simple thing. It is a we need a you need connection. We need opinion. We need a noble person. Do our system anymore. That means we want to mean as a Ghanaian. Is that the way, Mr. President? Is that the way we want to run the country? I mean, IGP. Is that the way we have to run the country? Peace Council. Is that the way we want peace in our land? Or just because of election? I'm not politically affiliated to anybody. I don't care about any politics. But what I care is I want to develop so that my people will also have something for them. Mr. Timika Wash or Hormone, I have my legal documents also. Mr. Tika Wash, Mr. Tinema Ketuabi. At the minute, I've got almost 8-10 people working for me at BTOMOKA. So why do we have to allow ourselves to be fooled this way? Why do we have to allow ourselves? Anyway, men can Masasino or Hinena Koton Masasino. I don't have anything.
Obviously, we didn't ask Uncle so now you have to make us a bonus. So you could job off from Crato, your bar. You have to answer me some. Abusu ya beda ma se munya ye ho abotire atwen yen yakodi dwa ya ba beto ansem no so afi ye na ye nimfa kasebo no nkwadwede ni sika sem kasebo Womu ho behinha mu pa e wo man Ghana mu Dr. Joseph Obeng president of the Maguta.
No okay say opese oma businesses no etumpon na businesses no tumpa and the job creation weba nti ya de me akoye business community de na say me issues our can efa your taxes anyhow on be reform tax system no no ni hia yampa yidikan o ye say obema ye tax NSC na say enema bia ankoyi in the past ewo your tax tuan mu no ni na no obobu no de ache ni ya start fofo no yapa basa ubia no ebe sorry no aye writing
aya de shafe ya de nsem no so be kwa ma hodo so ya kwa mahodo so nsemo de ana Canada man ni man dan ye ni akire some de wo mo ye kitiki edwumedie no dodo na akire se wo mo de wo na de ni egu ho no free sen hyehyɛ a efo mo dwumedie hu no enhyeda enko ye ni ntino Canadian National Railway and Canadian Pacific Kansas City Railway workers wo mo ni a na some wo ma kom ho abomu a wo mo de wo dwumedie no akwawiye wo mo kire mu se wo hwen hyehyɛ wo mo ne aban na ya wo ma ka ho asɛm aka wo mo Teamsters Union no aban no enye hwemfa ho na kopie mu North America nso ho no mo de a ene Canadian Rails no eno eboa amaduane ahodo a ye de efri etire kosi tire no be ya ha mabu pen no edioson num 75% ene Fasa Railways ne so eni ti samre de United States of America de share ena wo mo nwinwi won sansem mi ho kire se anhwe ya na ede ahokyere na aba bepi omu so free say wo muntimi emfa ho no enkodi omu dwa na mmom empanifo kyere mu say akopie mu Toronto Montreal Vancouver ene ekeka ho de a eho pa na saa ye kyere enya wo mu esusu aso yi pa aniti wo mu hwe ni mu sa ban no ene manfo no beka na wo masan ahyase aye wo mu dwumedi ebuzu emegina sanse mu eso na mama kwan mo Pon Jonathan eda okense mu nsema bremo ne che ne nsema ni abeko na wiye
Ghana de share mase asama kwaba HB News ana mo guso amosha I can say we say anamra said the track asema so ede emamo midin eni Jonathan upon Ukopima African Cup of Nation qualifier 2025 na chese next month ebetimi abaso Black Stars yani Angola ana edibisi aka the venue for the match Baba Yara Sports Stadium na ukopimu pitch no so dia na chese pitch no enye over the weekend no last weekend na to say the pitch no and a stadium no etimi ma asori for bi mo mutimi crusade pitch no so akopim dia na say pitch no to say ameno ka say we are less than 2 weeks away from the game. Nanso pitch no enye ewo ende odi weni echi mo Baba Sports Stadium dia na chi se tanka etimi akopimu ewo pitch no so mo water pitch no na chi so mo hwe se pitch no ebetimi ayeye ama game no etimi abaso na chi se 2 weeks no FIFA representatives ebetimi abe check pitch no se pitch no very healthy for the game ne Angola edibesi aka ni se healthy dia na chi so mbeyi edi free wo na the match ni venue no akoshe baby fufu nti odi weni echim dia na once again Ghana yekobo match Black Stars nenso pitch ho ensem aba enya asema eka fire football se anase nyentu kopiem dia na chisensem kakra efi Black Stars any AFCON 2025 qualify mu eba ani etini ede abremu Yabeberim over the UEFA Europa Conference League would winning Echima the playoffs last round of fixtures ebetimi ashase and the our Stamford Bridge in London Chelsea ebisiaka omne 70 ana edibebo ni 7 p.m. na Chelsea ukopium dia lineup no etimi aba intino on your screens no lineup no e was for Chelsea the Blues na Chelsea enimne dia Kenya Crown Europa ana Chelsea etini ebo so enda no na Chelsea ebo conference league match no man intino na nyama enkwi enfamo intudi weni echima ni signed player Magui ono ebetimi ashase ewo game nim inti lineup no ana ewo screens no esoro 7 p.m. few minutes away na sa game no etimi ashase Chelsea Football Club versus 70. Yabeto aso ede amamu yabeburim in the world of transfers ukopiemu di ana say summer transfer window no yeguso a ebie and am so teams bebe na make various signings na nyama etimi akoyi ede amamu yabeburim Ghanaian international Jordan Ayew odiweni echima the 32-year-old forward with me a make move from Crystal Palace edineni achimo Leicester City na chese 8 million plus add-ons and chese Leicester City etia edema Crystal Palace a Ghanaian international Jordan Ayew ekopiemu over the King Power Stadium na with me Isiaka on Abdul Fattah Ishaku and ebisi akan ewo Crystal Palace international chese Jordan Ayew Netena or Crystal Palace no etimi abewie ordinary achimu or Crystal Palace asye our transfer news ma ukopiemu our Arsenal so asye dia na say Mikel Merino ono midfielder no ometimi assign no the 28-year-old midfielder free Real Sociedad na chisentia say enyaba between Arsenal and Real Sociedad after some negotiations etimi course over the past weeks and now months no na chesa at long last interase about between Sociedad and Arsenal ukopiemu fee ne dia na 40 for ukopiemu fee na 32 million plus 5 million euro add-ons eno enisika Arsenal etiade ama Real Sociedad ede agi 28-year-old Mikel Merino edi free Real Sociedad ukopiemu euro cinema na chesa branche no etimisi akan ema Spain or the Spain edge the Euro 2024 into Mikel Merino 4 years plus 1 year addition and ana branche no etimi signing ede ama Arsenal ochna a branche bit me akwa medicals na jise bibia akoye London into the winning burim in the world of transfers in same way ana APM free ho Mejina in some way so our king same 70 ebesi ha mejemu ama minya be ma kokuba na odemu ewie kase no Jonathan upon ayemidin
Abusi upon Jonathan na Martin in Kana against him nsem wo da ba beso ye ha ana mrema ya ho kwan na ye de nsem ni ese but was se kan ho ana numre nso nyankopon adom a kina na pa no nsia ensem aka ni ano ye de beso mu midin adi kwekuba makram